So, man, some statements were made tonight at the ring card in New York City. Shakur Stevenson and Hamza Sheeraz, that was absolutely unbelievable work from Shakur. And Sheeraz really needed a big performance like that, a big knockout performance. I think to impress a lot of people, that's not really his reputation. And going in there over a KO artist like Berlanga and getting a big win is huge there. A lot of people questioned that fight being the main event because neither fighter really have that big headlining win on their record. That's especially true for Berlanga, but Berlanga's not going to be able to say that about Sheeraz because Sheeraz knocked him out. He knocked him out bad, knocked him down a few times, made him look really bad. But that's always possible when you have the size that Sheeraz has for the weight, man. He's a huge dude. He's still a huge dude even at this weight, even coming up a weight. And Berlanga just did not have the technique to hang with him. And I just think the matchmaking between Canelo and between Sheeraz for Berlanga, man, the matchmaking has not been good. He's obviously trying to get some big names on his mantle, but it's not going right. He doesn't have the technique to hang with somebody with a speed advantage like Canelo had or a size advantage like Sheeraz has. But it's huge for Shiraz's career to get a well-known name on his record and look incredible doing it. He looked a whole level above Berlanga. He looked like he's going to be capable of dominating this division, maybe unifying in this division. And I think it's an exciting future for British boxing and for Hamza Sheeraz. I think that the loyalty that England has had to this sport, being a big market for the sport, a place where boxers can still sell out large venues. It's just been huge for developing new young talent in the sport and keeping the sport alive in England. And fighters like Hamza Sheeraz that keep coming out of the UK are certainly great for the future of boxing in this new era that boxing is coming into with the Saudi financing and Turkey Al Sheikh running these big shows and trying to make the big fights. And I think Shakur Stevenson is in a similar place when we talk about American fighters. I think it was really smart matchmaking here. Willem Zepeda made Shakur Stevenson look really, really good. Shakur Stevenson looks good a lot of the time, but when there's fighters who are really capable with big power, who are really genuinely capable of damaging him with one big shot, it forces Shakur to be defensive because Shakur is a really good fighter. He just is. He's a great fighter even, right? He proved that tonight. I mean, he really can do it all. Yeah, he's a defensive fighter, but he's also got a fantastic jab. He's a fantastic combination puncher, and his counter punching is almost the most special thing about him. I think his counter punching is the most special thing about him. I would describe him as a counter puncher. He's a counter puncher whose counter punches flow beautifully into his combination punching. And when you've got a guy who just marches forward like Zepeda, I said it in my preview video, he's so open up the middle. He's really open up the middle. And that's, I think, why Stevenson, for the first 4 rounds of this fight, was so comfortable being back on the ropes, being back in the corner. Because he knew that as Zepeda came in with those big winging combinations, he was going to be able to land those straights right back up the middle. And they really damaged Zepeda. And Stevenson landed a lot of uppercuts. He really was able to land uppercuts at will on Zepeda pretty much from the 5th round on. And again, like I said in my preview, in those middle rounds and those late rounds, when he started going to the body, I realized that Zepeda wasn't going to have any energy left. And in those last rounds, the volume from Zepeda just really wasn't where I needed to be, and you could tell that Zepeda was struggling. And I think Zepeda won 3 of the first 4 rounds, and he looked really, really good, and it looked like he was going to give Shakur a really long, arduous night, especially in the 3rd round when he hit him with that big shot. And again, the first 4 rounds, Stevenson he had his back to the ropes a lot, so it looked like it could be a rough night, but round 4, round 5, he really found it, and he landed some really damaging counter punches and some really damaging counter combinations. And after round 5, you heard Zepeda's corner say, he's intelligent, which I thought was a really telling moment in the fight. I think in every fight, there's one moment in the corner that really sticks out, right? And that was the moment to me when Zepeda's corner said to him, he's intelligent. This is definitely the most intelligent fighter Zepeda has ever faced. This is the smartest, most tactful boxer that he's ever faced. And again, I hate to say, I told you so, but in my preview video for this fight, I said those counter punches by Stevenson aren't going to stop being accurate. And they never stopped being accurate. He landed those accurate counters the entire night, and he ended up running up the score on Zepeda. The 119-110 scorecard was a little mean to Zepeda. I guess I had it 118-110 because I had it 9-3. I had it 9-3 Stevenson. I thought Stevenson won only one of the first 4 rounds. Zepeda won 3 of the first 4 and then didn't win another round after the 5th. So yeah, Zepeda didn't win a round after round 4. But it wasn't really even that he ran out of gas. He just ran out of the gas to keep the punches going all of the time, right? Because he wasn't ultimately, he stopped being able to cut off the ring with sheer volume. Stevenson just accepted that he was going to be able to move and that he was going to be able to use his jab, use his shoulder framing, use his intelligent movement, and most importantly, knock some energy off Zepeda with body shots. And then Stevenson was able to more so control where in the ring the fight took place. And by the end of the fight, it just seemed like a dominant Stevenson performance. And that's something that really was emphasized in this fight to me, was the strength of Shakur Stevenson, the physical strength. He just, he said no Tom and Jerry shit, I'm not going to run. And he didn't run. He stood right in front of Zepeda for most of the fight. When you have your back against the ropes, you're standing right in front of someone. Muhammad Ali was standing right in front of George Foreman when he was doing the rope-a-dope at the Rumble in the Jungle, right? He was standing right in front of him. His back were against the ropes. That's still standing right in front of somebody. So Shakur Stevenson was standing right in front of Zepeda for the entire fight, like he said he would, like Turki Al-Sheikh told him to do. Turki Al-Sheikh pretty much set this fight up to make Shakur Stevenson look good, and Shakur Stevenson looked great. I want the big fights. I want the Tank fight, man. I do not like Tank Davis one bit. I know what he did yesterday. I don't like that, man. I want him out of the sport. I want there to be a great American boxer like Shakur Stevenson who continues the lineage of great American boxers in the past to feed Gervonta Davis a little bit of humble pie, man. Everybody in the sport wants to see that. The lightweight division is stacked with talent, and none of them are fighting each other. Let's go.